ultraviolet resistant. And that is your prepper tip of the day. We have a patient waiting in the green room, my friend Dr. Phil Meyers. Dr. Meyers is a chiropractic physician living and working in my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri. A gentleman, and he truly is a gentleman, by the way, who will help you integrate mind, body, and spirit to have the healthy, fun, full, productive life that everybody can and should have. And there is a simple way to get started. Here it is. The simple, easy way to get started. Call his office and set up that first private, no-charge telephone consultation. Call his office at the following telephone number, 314-878-6868. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, John. How are you this morning?
Outstanding, sir. Looking forward to another rainy day here. The rain just doesn't want to quit. Everything is beautiful shades of green out here in the Ozarks. So the dry weather begins, it looks like Sunday. How about yourself, sir?
Same here. I'm actually really enjoying the rain because it's helping all my plants. So it's a good thing.
So you have a green thumb.
Well, we try our best.
Okay. And do you grow ornamentals or plants to eat, or both?
Plants to eat.
Okay. Smart man.
Yeah,
I like that.
We try to grow our own staples, our lettuces, our peppers, our tomatoes, and things like that.
Outstanding. I'm really happy to hear that. I don't know where you find time to do it, but I'm glad that you do. Well, doctor, what direction do you want our ongoing conversation to go this morning, sir?
Well, it's really fun to work on the amount of people that we work on here. And one of the most important things to recognize is, that I get to recognize is, and when clients come here, is they've been to so many different places. They've been to conventional medicine. They've been to allopathic. They've been to vitalistic medicine. They've been to so many different ways of therapies, different therapies, craniosacral work, upper cervical chiropractic, applied kinesiologies, internists, acupuncturists, osteopaths, you name it, and then they show up here, and they're like, so what makes you different? And what we do at our office, and because it doesn't matter if it's these people have your standard neck pain and back pain issues, but are coming here also with hormonal issues or post-traumatic stress, concussions, ADD, ADHD, autism, cancer issues and bowel issues with ulcers and Crohn's and you name it. We get the spectrum of people, and we hear the same conversation with each and every single person about what's going on in their life, and the common thread between all these people that have done all these different therapies, and like I said, even people that have good exercise protocols and are on wonderful diets, and are having the right foods and the right supplements and are aware of the excitotoxins and the chemtrails and the vaccinations and all these different things that create the environment that is part of the degenerative process. So you're getting the spectrum of people that all fall into this category of what's the main big issue is all their systems have lack of chi energy flowing through the system. And what I mean by that is the actual energy, not nerve impulses or neurotransmitters or bone, muscle, ligament, tendons, but the actual energy that flows through their body, and it's already always moving them towards their highest and greatest potential, has big-time interference patterns that stop that movement from occurring. And we call that lack of chi energy, or more simply put, your body's in fatigue. And that fatigue shows up in the organ systems that chi energy runs through. So your heart meridian or your stomach meridian or your bladder meridian, those meridial pathways are the vehicles that this chi energy runs through. So even from an acupuncturist standpoint, you might open up the vehicle, but if you don't get out of the way the interference patterns that stop that chi energy from using the vehicle, it's not going to work. And what's an example of that is your vehicle is like your car, and you're the chi energy that's already always moving to go somewhere to the highest and greatest ability. Well, you, the chi energy, go to get in your car, and either one thing's happening. Things stop you from getting into your car. Oh, I forgot my keys. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, the phone rang and I have to have this conversation. So you're doing all these things around your life, but you never get into the car. Your action potentials never get you into the vehicle. And then if, let's just say you, the chi energy, gets into the vehicle, that vehicle doesn't have gas in it. It's stagnant or it's stuck in its place. And so you don't have a vehicle to run through the body systems, your thyroid, your adrenal glands, your sex hormones, your digestive tract, your brain stem. You don't have the vehicle to run your life, to take you to where you want to go, because you're already always moving to your highest and greatest potential, but things get in your way. And that is what happens to every one of us, is we have these interference patterns. Now, there's two places that these interference patterns get majorly stuck in. One is what we call your prenatal chi energy systems. Your prenatal chi energy systems is the energy systems that come from you and mommy and daddy. And it's the stuff that is in this generational stuff. So anything that's happening now is happening now within this time here on Earth. From the time you were conceived to the time you were born and through your life, you have this prenatal chi energy. So if mommy and daddy had stuff going on and they passed that energy signature along to you, you're going to react and respond and attract that same issue. That's why we see fat children having fat parents having fat children. People are like, oh, well, my parents were diabetic, and more than likely that child has a diabetic thing, because the energy that's attracted and utilized in that household gets passed into the child, and they're learning and observing of their world is like, oh, this is how the world is. This is how I attract such and such. This is what I'm going to attract. And you do it first on a very unconscious realm, because you're a baby and you're not really conscious of anything. You're just absorbing the world. And then as you grow up through your developmental stages, so we have this prenatal chi energy. That's one of the first interference pattern places that it happens. The second one, and the most important one, is your ancestral chi energy. This can happen from the beginning of time all the way to your present moment. And whatever has happened in your, quote, bloodline or your energetic line in your lineage will affect how your energy system works. And so you might show up with something that you have no idea about, but it's because it's so rooted in your unconscious ancestral chi energy that it interferes with your patterns of doing. So the things that we work on here at our office is we get those systems in the prenatal chi and the ancestral chi energy patterns working. And when you start getting that working, then your body has energy. and your body gets out of fatigue. The next stage of it, and why we get such great results with our clientele, is we then work with you to work through the processes of healing and recovery. And that process of healing and recovery, now you get to actually look at what was it in that ancestral chi energy, and what was it in that prenatal chi energy that was creating a dialogue in my body-mind, in my tissues, that was truly stopping me from living my life. What was that dialogue attracting into my world, attracting to me, that I kept resonating with and bringing into the world, even when sometimes I don't want it? Why would you want heart disease? Why would you want diabetic disease? Why would you want hormonal disease? We don't want that. But it's that dialogue that sits within our chi energy that is basically the attractor field for that coming into your world. So we work on that. Now, some people are very aware of it. Some people are like, yeah, it shows up sometimes here and there, but then it goes away, and I'm fine again until it shows up again. And other people have absolutely no idea what this issue is, and they have no clue. And how do we explain that? We have a conscious mind, we have an unconscious mind, and we have a subconscious mind, and then we have an unconscious mind. Consciousness. Everybody right now on the show is hearing my voice and listening. You're consciously aware of something being said. Great. Now, unconscious. Where's your keys? Everybody now just went into their file system and said, oh, keys. Oh, my keys are over there. It wasn't conscious. It was readily available to you to access. And then once I said keys, you went to your file system about keys and pulled it up. Now, let's just say somewhere in your lineage of prenatal and ancestral chi energy, in time here on in the beginning of creation, something traumatic about keys was in your life. Now, I mentioned keys, and your file system pulls up, oh, that drama about the keys that happened such and such a time. That's when this happened. Oh, that was their fault. Oh, I need to change the world because of that. And so it pulls up an issue in the tissue because you heard the word keys in the file system. Now, it wasn't readily available to you, it was readily available to you, but not conscious until I said keys. Now, that happens with everything. Now, what's the third one? The unconscious realm. The unconscious realm is, where's your widget? Everybody's sitting there like, where's a widget?
That's
I don't
right.
have a file system for a widget. I don't even understand what a widget is. When did that happen in my life? You don't have it accessible, but somewhere in your ancestral prenatal chi energy in the unconscious realm lives the file for everything widget. And that will also be an attractor field for things that you do or do not want in your life. So what we do is so now working through the process of recovery and healing, we help people move out of the dialogue that keeps those issues in the tissue buried deep down inside, rooted in energy that no longer serves you, and it helps put the energy, or helps you find the energy that's within you that's healing into the system. And as you do that, you pull up the issues in the tissues that live in the deep unconscious realm, and that pull up to the subconscious realm so it's readily accessible, and then to your conscious realm so you can actually consciously let it go. And so that's what we do. That's the mechanism of what we do. And by doing that, utilizing the techniques of acupuncture, of upper cervical, of cranial adjustments, of organ, of nutrition, of lifestyle, of thoughts of the unconscious mind. We then help people get free of their constraint, of their disbelief, and where their body was utterly fatigued out and not utilizing the chi energy flow that was available to them. And that's how the system works. It's in that order. It's literally that easy.
Well, it's easy if you know this information as well as you do, Doctor, and I want to advise people they don't need to know this information. They need to know that you know it, and that if they contact you and start working with you, they will find and get the results that they're looking for, won't they?
Exactly. That's the best part about this whole process, is you don't need to figure it out. It's even if, and there's a lot of people like, well, I don't even know what this issue is that I'm dealing with. It's like, okay, do you feel something? Yes, I feel something. Okay, good. So now let's just stick with the feeling.
Absolutely.
We'll start there.
Absolutely. Hey, John, we're back. J.R. Moore here on Friday, the 3rd day of June. Almost halfway through the year. How about that? Visiting with Dr. Phil Meyers, quick and easy way to get started. You don't need to learn all this stuff yourself. He already knows it. Call his office, set up that first private no-charge consultation. Call his office at area code 314-878-6868. Doctor, we got about 5 minutes before the bottom of the hour break, sir.
That's cool. Awesome. So what's one of the things that we talk with people about is people are like, well, I don't know what it is. Like, all you need to do is feel it. Now, there's this whole discrepancy between feelings, thoughts, and emotions, and people get very confused about what those are. Here's what it is: a feeling. A feeling is a sensation that you have. So it's described as light, heavy, dark, twisted, burny, achy. Okay? Those are feelings. So I feel it. So I ask people before all the time, like, well, what are you feeling? Well, I feel sad. Well, that's not a feeling. What does it feel like? Describe it in descriptive terms of how your body's responding and reacting. Oh, it feels tight. So us being aware of, like, our tight jaw. Like, you can have a great example of it is drive your car and have someone slam on their brakes in front of you, and then unexpectedly, and then you have to slam on your brakes, and then after it's over, do a body scan. What do you feel? Oh my God, I feel that my toes are curled up. My tongue is really high into the roof of my mouth. My jaw is really tight. My hands are gripping the steering wheel. I'm holding my breath. All of those are the descriptive terms of what a feeling is. Understanding what are you feeling in a descriptive way. Okay? Then there's thoughts. And then there's emotions. Thoughts are words of that descriptive nature. So, and what's going on in your world. So you have a thought and then a thought process. So I think something. I'm not worthy. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I must be stupid. Oh, that person in front of me. How idiotic of them to just slam on their brakes and not have any regard for the people behind them. Those are thoughts. And those thoughts come from what you felt and how you reacted to that particular stimulus. And then there's emotions. Emotions are love, shame, guilt, enlightened, neutral, joyous. Those guilty, grieving. Those are emotions. So that's how you differentiate what's going on in your world. And so all you need to do, and is as simple as anything, is if all you need to do is be aware of what am I experiencing through my feeling. Everybody and anybody can feel. And if you feel it, you can process it. And so you don't have to know what it is, because a lot of times your feeling reaction is so rooted in something unconscious. I mean, big time. Think of a root going down deep into the ground. You have no idea what's under that ground. It's 500 feet down into the ground. So your issue in the tissue that you're experiencing through your feeling is so rooted in that unconscious realm. How the heck are you supposed to know what your thoughts and feelings are about that, or thoughts and emotions are about that? You don't know. You don't have to know. All you need to know is, do I feel it? Yes, I feel it. Then you can process that feeling at that moment. Then as you are guided through the Spirit of God through you to uplift you in that processing of that feeling, it eventually starts...
Hold that thought, Doctor. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We have a bottom of the hour break. Call it 868. Let's continue, Doctor.
Sorry, am I there?
You're here. Go ahead.
So that's the thing that we need to really start paying attention to. Is if you have a feeling about it, you can process it. And so then once you start, then whatever's unconscious can start coming up into your unconscious realm. And then you can then one day a picture is going to show up in your head. It's going to show up as like, oh my God, that's it. And it's not going to be pretty sometimes, because remember, you came in with cancer. You came in with Crohn's, hormonal imbalances you had for 20, 30, 50 years. You think whatever is going on in your system is a pretty thought or a pretty picture? It's nasty. And a lot of times when we start pulling up the issue in the tissue, we think, oh, it should look like candies and butterflies. Well, no. It looks like something like that, a monster that just came up from the Blue Lagoon. It's nasty. And it's during that stage of healing that one must be diligent in the process to fully pull it up out of the body and truly just get the system free of it and let it go. And once we do that, then you're truly free of it. And now, and sometimes the symptoms that you were experiencing that issue in the tissue had will surface. I'll give a great example. I just healed something of mine the other day, and it was from these 2 knee surgeries that I had on my left knee when I was 19 and 22. And those knee surgeries came from events in my life, from sports, that literally took the thoughts that were behind it were, my life, my career is over. How idiotic was I to fall into that position again, especially when the second time happened and I did it again only a couple years later on the same knee. And so there was some nasty thought processes that were behind it. Well, when I finally got those that come up to the surface and finally let them go and saw them disappear out of my life, my left knee swelled up to the size of a large softball. And literally, I was like, wow. I felt it happen, too, because once it left, I'm like, oh, it's gone. Whew. And then about an hour later, I was like, man, my knee's getting a little stiff here. Ooh, I'm having trouble walking around the office. and I look like a cripple. I'm like, this is interesting. And then that night I'm lying in bed, and I'm like, okay, let's be gentle on this. Next morning, woke up, knee feels so much better. And the cool part about it, from that knee surgeries, every time I bend down, it would click. And I was like, okay, what the heck is this clicking? I don't know. And so now there's no clicking anymore. That issue in the tissue that created a body response action in my tissues, bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, nerve, finally is gone. And now I squat down, and guess what? No clicking. So
amazing.
That's what happens when you work through these things. And a lot of people, when they start coming to me, they'll call me like 4 or 5 days later. Oh my God, I'm all stuffed up. I'm cloggy. I'm this and that. Like, okay, your body's working this out. That's that mucus. And we talk a lot of times. We've talked a lot of times about how to get rid of the mucus responses. Is that the cayenne, lemon, and honey in water? Because there's so much mucus in the body from when it's in a degenerative state that it literally needs that support. And that's why supplements are helpful, but don't fix the problem. Supplements are there to supplement the body's ability to move through and move past an issue in the tissue. Homeopathic works a lot of the same way. Homeopathic remedies, again, are not supplements. Pharmaceuticals, homeopathics, they're not designed to, well, maybe pharmaceuticals are, but they weren't supposed to be designed to mask your symptoms, have them not be conscious anymore, and dive them deeper into the tissue so you don't have to pay attention to them anymore, but they're still resonating a frequency and attracting it back into your life and you're paying taxes on it. What things are supposed to do is they're supposed to support and supplement the ability to pull it up to your conscious realm so you can actually look at it and say, oh, I'm going to let go of that, and let go of it through the process of letting go. So homeopathics, a lot of people will use homeopathy. It's like, oh, well, that's just a non-pharmacological way to mask my pain. Well, no. Homeopathics are designed to be the issue that you actually have in your tissue diluted to a standpoint that's no longer resonating in a physical form, but now has the energetic frequency in the water to a certain degree to pull up your issue in the tissue so you can look at it. So people that utilize homeopathy as just a non-pharmaceutical way to mask their pain are going to be very surprised to realize that what they're doing is they're bringing their issue up, and now they have to work really hard even more to hide from it. When they don't realize what they're doing is they're pulling it up to actually look at it.
Well, Doctor, gaining this knowledge is not optional. Accessing the knowledge you have is not optional. We're talking about rather esoteric things here that 99% of American adults don't have a clue what's going on, and they don't need to have a clue. What they need to do is call you, set up that first private consultation, and move forward from there. It's taken you literally years to reach the point where you have, sir, hasn't it?
It has, and the thing is, it's not esoteric anymore. We have science to show us that and clinical research to show us that this stuff is dead on accurate.
Well, we're using the word you and I are using the word esoteric in a different manner. I'm using it as a way of communicating that very few people understand or know about these things, as opposed to the proof behind it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it is. There's proof everywhere, but no matter what. And so, for example, people hear the word hypnosis. Well, in hypnosis, what is the hypnotherapist really working on trying to do? They're trying to help you dive to your unconscious realm, find the memory, find the issue in the tissue, pull it up to consciousness, wake you up so you can see it, and then process it out through the counseling that they provide. That's what hypnosis is all about. And so it's the same stuff. Now, when you're working on the body, it's the same thing. As long as you're getting out of the realm of I don't want to pay attention to it. You doctor, you practitioner, you fix it. Then we start getting out of that standpoint. Massage therapists see it more than anybody else in the world, and experience it every day, because everybody comes and they go, I'm stressed. Well, what do they talk about? Their feelings. They're feeling that tight muscle that they won't let go of. And then they say to the massage therapist, hey, can you dig that out for me? Can you make me relaxed? Because I'm obviously, they don't have time to do that. So then you tell the therapist to go do it. They spend all their time and energy trying to help you become relaxed, dig that muscle out. Then you get up off the table, go outside into your world, get behind your car, someone gives you the look, you have that argument with your spouse or your boss or your kid, and lo and behold, guess what's back? That tight muscle that you just spent $80 trying to get rid of, or wanting someone else to get rid of for you. When all you have to do is work on letting go, becoming aware of what it is, then go get the massage, and let the massage then supplement your ability to go deeper, deeper, deeper down into your issues in the tissues, pull them up so you can process it out, and lo and behold, you're better. And that's what we do at our office. We utilize all those different techniques to dive deep, deep, deep down into the issues of your tissue at the unconscious, subconscious, and conscious realm. And then we stimulate and activate the drivers through the acupuncture system of your prenatal chi and your ancestral chi. Open up the connective tissue pathways through the cranial, sacral, and upper cervical pathways that, guess what, the acupuncture meridial systems run through on a physical, energetic level through the fascial networks. It's a beautiful thing of how our body's designed. And as long as you understand the accessibility that you have, you don't have to hide from anything anymore. The only thing that's going to stop you when you're aware of it is fear. And literally that fear is an illusion, because literally you have the power of God behind you, supporting your already always moving system to help you through and giving you the grace to actually truly let go of the issue in the tissue. So fear is an illusion, because you don't have to do it. The grace and the Spirit of God that runs already in you, working with your already always moving system that runs through your acupuncture meridial system and your fascial network, it's doing it for you. You just have to access it in consciousness and participate in the process. Versus what a lot of people do, like, oh, I'm just giving it to God, and I'm going to go live my life. No, that's not how it works. I'm going to give it to God, and I'm going to work with God to help me let go. That's how it works. Absolutely. That is exactly how it works, Doctor. And you hear though the other way so many times with any religion, any thought process of belief structure that has come in that actually believes that there is a God that's actually there to support, love, and care for them. Oh, I'll just give it to God. Oh, I'll do my prayer and petition, but I'm not going to do the work. The work is letting go. The work is being focused and connected to that source to allow you to truly let it go. And that's what we help people through. And there's a beautiful process in how to do that. First things first, get the chi energy back into your body moving, i.e. get you out of fatigue. Second, get your body into the phases of recovery. help you become aware of your lifestyles that are no longer working for you, that keep you stuck in your issue in the tissue systems. Third, teach you how to actually let go, and then you're now free to live your life in the new state of being instead of the old. And did I, practitioner, Dr. Meyers, do anything to you? Nope. Not a thing. All I did was support and supplement your own body and mind's ability to access your own power once again. And once you access your own power, bingo.
Well, it's a major only. What you do is a major, really big deal only.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, it is. It is, absolutely.
And here's the thing. It's a big serious only. However, it is the most important understanding that it's not anybody outside in the world that's going to do it for you. You can't go to your massage therapist and have them get rid of your pain. You can't go to your doctor and have them give a shot so the shot gets rid of your pain. You can't have somebody whack, crack, snap, crackle, pop, touch your pain away. You yourself must actually look at it and process it.
And for 878-6868. Doctor, we have 3 minutes here, sir.
So, like we were saying, this whole entire show is you are the person that can and is able to heal anything. Having the willingness to do the process is key. And so what we do here, we show you how to do that. We support you in getting things moving, getting the system back into its chi energy, getting the body into recovery, and helping you work through the processes of healing. Looking at your lifestyle. So what is it that you're dealing with? Look at your life. If structural things are falling apart around your life, maybe it's a structural issue you're looking at. If biochemical and things are showing up in your life that aren't working, then maybe it's biochemistry. If electrical things keep blowing up in your life and keep breaking and not firing and working right, maybe it's an electrical issue that you have going on in your life. We attract the same stuff in our physical, mind, body, energetic self as we do in our household, our job, and our career, and our life. So looking at that, it's going to be huge. If you're not paying attention to your own biochemistry and you're just going off and eating what the TV and the computer and the advertisement people are telling you, your body and mind is stuck in addiction. And you don't even know it. Because all the foods out there are designed to keep you addicted and stuck in your issues and the tissues of your past. And so you yourself are going to be stuck in your issues and your tissues of your past and not being able to work through it because that's what has gone on. Now become aware of it. Now you can do something about it. First things first, I would say, stop shopping at that area of the store. Start working on the peripheral. Stop buying things with labels because they're all addictive. And getting out of the rut and getting that chi energy back into the system. Again, it goes all back to that chi energy. That chi energy is so, so, so important. Get that chi energy back so your body is no longer in fatigue. And if you have chronic fatigue and chronic pain, you know you have lack of chi energy. If you have erectile dysfunction or hormonal issues or prostate problems, you know, guess what? You have lack of chi energy. If you have heart issues and you're on heart medications or thyroid medications or things like that, you know, guess what? You have lack of chi energy running through those systems. Getting them back into play That's the key.
Absolutely. Doctor, thank you very much. Have you back next Tuesday morning.
All right, have a good weekend.
Okay. That's it.